for anyone who's not familiar with you as a weightlifter, but also as a commentator on this particular phenomenon, you got some extra attention recently about that. And then I've been thinking about you during this last week, especially because of this whole thing with the transgender weightlifter, this 350-pound guy, whatever he is, from New Zealand, who's going to compete in the Olympics, apparently in the women's division. So could you just give a quick summary of what happened with you on that? Because I found it quite entertaining as well as enlightening.
Yeah, sure. So this is actually going back over 2 years now. So in February 2019, I posted a 9-second video on my Twitter account, which at the time had 18,000 followers. And it was a video of me doing a 230 kilo deadlift with comments something like, I keep hearing about how there's no biological strength difference between men and women in 2019. So watch me destroy the British women's deadlift record without trying. P.S. I identified as a woman whilst lifting the weight. Don't be a bigot. So I just posted that out there thinking, it would get a few LOLs and a couple of shares. And the next thing I know, this video is just blowing up the entire internet. It's gone viral internationally, millions upon millions of views, led to hundreds, ultimately hundreds of thousands of new followers, because that was the catalyst that people discovered all my other stuff off of. Tons of interviews, a trip to the USA. It was, of all the things I've put out there as an artist, this was not what I was expecting to be the thing on people's radar. But, the world happens, things happen in a mysterious way. And so that's what happened. And so a lot of people know me as the strongest woman in Britain. Whether or not I'm actually a woman is still debatable. But I like to.
Depends on how you feel when you get up in the morning. Right?
Exactly. It depends on what's aligned with my goals at the moment.
So what's your view from a libertarian point of view about this New Zealand weightlifter who wants to compete in the Olympics? What do you think is the solution to this? Because it's obviously just going to get worse until this gets resolved.
The solution is what it always was for the past several centuries, which is that you have male sports and you have female sports. In fact, what's funny with male sports is that most men's categories are actually open categories. I don't know if people know this. As far as I know, there's no specific rule in the NBA or the NFL or NHL or most professional sports leagues saying that you have to be male to compete in them. It just turns out that all of the fastest and strongest people in the world are males, because we're a sexually dimorphic species, and men and women are built differently. And we've known this forever. We've known this since before we knew what science was. And so the simple solution is to have males compete with males and have females compete with females. It's very simple. That's what it always was until they decided to change it, just, 3 years ago or so.
How about adding to that another category, which is just, people can hold transgender competitions if they want to, and then you compete against each other.
Yeah, look, there's no rule saying that, the whole transgender bit of this is actually a little bit of a distraction in a way, because they're claiming that a lot of the activists are claiming that, this is people saying transgender people cannot compete in sport. It's like, no, nobody is saying that. People are just saying that if you are a biological male, you're going to have physical advantages over women, which make it unfair for you to compete against them in any high-level sport. Again, we've always known this. Everyone still knows it. Everyone knows this. I don't believe that there's a single person, unless they're just absolutely clueless, who is pushing for this, who doesn't know deep down in their soul that this is not fair and that it's silly and it's ridiculous. But we live in an age of cowardice, and a lot of people are not willing to tell the truth. They'd rather be politically correct and not stoke any fires or face any online mobs or anything like that. I mean, maybe it's just something in my personality with it. I really don't care about that. Yeah. And so if no one else is willing to tell the truth, then I'm happy to.